Do you ever wonder if there was a woman who could beat an army? Not just any army, but an entire nation's military might, all by herself. Well, today we will meet the only woman who did it. The Nubian kingdom of Kush was attacking Egypt, and the Egyptian pharaoh, Thutmose III, was planning his retaliation. But he was missing someone to lead his army. At the time, Egypt's best general was Hatshepsut, a woman. She had previously led Egyptian forces to victory against the Nubi and was well respected by her soldiers. But she had just died, and Thutmose was desperate to find a replacement. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Today, we will discuss the Priestess of Amun, the only woman who defeated an army single-handedly. Realizing he was outnumbered, Kashtan knew it was over. She had done what no woman had ever done before. She had defeated an entire nation's army single-handedly. He took his own life rather than be captured. Now, this was not a small task. Back then, women were not allowed to hold important government positions, but Amun was very clear. It had to be her or no one, so Thutmose had no choice but to make Nefertiti the general of his army. People built statues and temples in her honor, and she became a symbol of female empowerment in ancient Egypt. The year was 1480 BC, and the Egyptian Empire was at war. You could be facing an entire army, and you might have to defeat them single-handedly. In a dream, Amun, the supreme god of Egypt, appeared to Thutmose and told him to appoint his wife Nefertiti as general. Despite being outnumbered, she charged into battle with only 6,000 soldiers. Her army was made up of elite troops who followed her through thick and thin. She returned the favor and led the Egyptian army to yet another victory over the Nubi, but that wasn't enough for her. While returning to Egypt, she learned that the Nubians were planning to invade again, this time with twice the number of soldiers. This meant that if they got to Egypt, they would plunder the entire country. He taunted her, saying that she would lose like Hatshepsut had, but she ignored him. Nefertiti assembled her army and marched to the border of Egypt. There she met the Nubian army head-on. But slowly, surely, the Nubians started to lose ground. They were strong at first, but their numbers were their downfall. By the end of the battle, only 2,000 Nubian soldiers remained, and those too were exhausted. On the other side was the Nubian army, twice her size, led by their king, Kashta. When the two armies met, it was pure pandemonium. Arrows were flying everywhere, and both armies fought fiercely. Seeing her chance, Nefertiti led a final charge, catching the Nubians off guard. They fled, abandoning their king. With the battle won, Nefertiti returned to Egypt with the spoils of war. After her victory, Nefertiti became a goddess in the eyes of the Egyptians. So the next time you think you are having a bad day, remember, it could always be worse. That's all for today, folks. See you next time.